Okay, Tuesday morning in the kingdom, and I survived Canada today. Yes! Oh, socializing with that American Jack Daniels. He's a bad influence on you. Oh, unreal. So this morning we woke up to plus 12. But feels like plus 12, and that's at 6:04 a.m. because there was a little frickin' squirrel on the deck of the house chirping away at the dogs in the pen. So then everybody's awake. Yes, I'm awake, the dogs are awake, everybody's awake, and then Mr. Squirrel probably left and went and had a nap. Yes. Oh, I hope those ravens come back and Mr. Squirrel is gone bye-bye. All right, and then on the yo-yo scale, plus 55 Fahrenheit, but feels like plus 55. Oh, these lips are hurting. All right, let's try that again. Okay, plus 55 Fahrenheit, but feels like plus 55 Fahrenheit. Yes, that was a great car by Chevy, the 55 Chevy. It was a classic, and it still is today. It has nice lines and styles. Not like my ex-wife. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. All right, so yesterday was a great success with Thor. We hauled and cleaned up the yard. So now I can look out my bedroom window and see the clean bush line. Yes, not that debris pile that I looked at for almost 30 years. Yeah, I got to do the math there. 30 years. Stay focused. Quit thinking about boobies. All right, so yesterday, look at that. I changed the bucket over to the forks again. I'm a man of many talents. Yes, the gods were in my favor, so I switched it out. If I tried it today, that'd be like 2 hours trying to get the pins to line up. Oh well, that's the joys of being the king of obsolete, having obsolete equipment. Nobody else can run it, nobody else can fix it, nobody else can do anything. So it won't have much of a resale value at my estate sale. Oh well. All right. Let's look at the skies. Look at those skies. Yes. And Dick took off this morning. He headed north where he's supposed to be. Yes. Flying north. You know, he doesn't need to crash in the kingdom. That's the last thing I need is a memorial in my yard for him. All right. We just about made the full rotation here. Having a hard time staying focused. I blame that Jack Daniels on Canada Day. Oh, that sun is bright. It's hurting the eyes. These glasses aren't dark enough. All right, I wonder if Sir Rodney's having a better hair day. How would you like that? Only in Canada go out for the long weekend and it rains. He had, I think, one day of sunshine where he actually got to get out of the RV. All right, we better get to work. Here comes the boss. Okay, after coffee in the kingdom, and I had some beverage with my coffee. Yes, a lot of people didn't know I was an alcoholic till I came to work sober. Yes. Okay, so yesterday, while consulting with Jack Daniels and everybody was enjoying the Canada Day celebration, I was doing some thinking with Jack Daniels. So I stood up the control panel here, and look at this. We have a hydraulic tank and a hydraulic pump. That is for the power steering. Yes, this thing must have been an upgrade later on or something because it kind of looks bolted on after the fact. All right, let's go to the other side here. So over here, I changed out the seal in here. Well, all I had to do was bolt it on because I put a new seal in 2017. And then I drained out the oils in the gearbox. Okay, so the power comes from the transmission. Okay, here's the motor, transmission, and it went into here. And then it goes up here to turn all those, okay? So those are the controls to turn all the movements on the blade. So this is where the rods go, couple in, so these will spin when you push the lever. Push it one way, push it the other way. It's bi-directional, AC/DC. Oh, Joan Jett sung that song. Yes, that was a good song. All right, so I did the coupler thing here. I taped the chain links together. We don't have quite enough. We don't have the spline, so it's just sitting on there with the 1-inch shaft. All right, so it's easy to mount the pump because I cut the frame here for the cab. That was the only way I could figure out how to do it. So this is going to be easy. I won't be able to use my aluminum mount because it's not going to work. Okay, I'll trip over it. Yeah, so I'll have to fabricate something. But also, too, it's kind of funny because on the social media, they're showing you taking an electric motor and turning an electric generator and then send the power back to the electric motor. That has well work. Well, if it was such a great idea, Fred Flintstone would have done that. So I can joke around saying, I have a hydraulic pump right here. Okay, I can take the hydraulic power and send it over to this orbit motor that'll turn the shaft for the hydraulic pump. Yeah, right. Just hilarious. Okay, so we're going to get some things happening today. We can't make any mounts for this pump because we don't know what's going on. Yes. We don't know where the brake pedal is, clutch pedal, a few other little incidentals like that. Also too, I brought over the cab. All right, there's the cab. I'll walk to the other side. Okay, back in 2017, I took the grater cab off because it was easier to work on, yes. So we're probably going to have to set it back on to figure out the mounting brackets for the hydraulic pump, which works out good, pretty good. There's just a couple bolts down there. We'll have to weld there if we finish it off or whatever. I had welded the door supports here. I think we're missing the passenger's door, but that's no problem. Okay, well, we got the driver's door. We could just put a sheet of plywood on for the passenger side. Yeah. So this is today's project to get it figured out. And then we'll have to set the control tower on to the grater over here. Okay. So we know where it sits. So it's pretty simple. I think we're done with, we can mount the cab. So the back of the cab sits here. So that should give us room to work on mounting the motor and everything back in. And the front of the cab sits up here. And then these are all your controls that hook onto the control board there, which spin. Okay, also too, yesterday at the end of the day, I lubed up the wheel nuts. In 2019, I kind of gifted some tires. One is flat, one has air in it. So maybe we'll have some tires on the front. One will have air, one will be flat. But that's the thought that counts. Then it'll make it a lot easier for moving around. But we still have lots of work to do. We should start oiling down. Oh, these lips. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we should start oiling down all these control rods, levers, everything. Everything's supposed to turn freely. Start draining the oils in these gearboxes and everything like that because, well, we don't want water in there. So we have to start figuring that out. But everything's coming together. We're making lists. We're making wish lists and stuff like that. So we're very pleased. And we're quite pleased how this park brake's going to turn out. The main goal is to get one brake to work on it so we can actually park the machine and leave it, or take it for a test drive and have a little bit of braking power before we actually hit the tree. All right, let's get to work here. We have lots to do, and it's a nice day out here. Okay, I spent a few minutes, stripped this down. We're going to drag it over to the pressure washer. Carry it over with the loader. Okay, so the main thing on my list this morning was to remove the covers, which I did, and remove this hydraulic pump. It is pointless having another hydraulic tank, hydraulic pump, everything here. So this might as well be the mistress because this is going to cost me money. So once I get the machine up and running, this hydraulic pump's going to blow a seal, and then I'll have to wait for it. Everything, I can see the nightmare happening, just like a mistress. Okay, so let's cut our losses, stick with one hydraulic pump. That way we're throwing money at one pump and not two. So I'm pretty confident that this is a little higher pressure volume than what they were running. Because back in the 40s, all my old cats had, big hydraulic lines. Like these things would be huge. And they'd be running, high volume compared to high pressure. But this thing here has a JIC fitting, and the size of this pump kind of gives me an idea that there was a little bit of pressure on it. So I'm quite confident that we can take 2000 psi pressure from the hydraulic pump on the back of the motor, or the front of the motor, okay, and send it through what these lines were feeding. So that'd be the power steering at the front of the grater. So I'm gonna have to rely on you Kingdom followers, YouTube subscribers, to kind of give me an idea what this pump is. I'll include a screenshot right here. Okay, hopefully the screenshot worked out and you guys can read the writing. All right. Okay, so now we got this all cleaned up. One thing you do when you get a machine, you never throw anything out. Everybody, first thing they do on YouTube and social media is strip it down, throw out the garbage. We got to make it run. No, never throw out what's behind the seat or in the cubby holes or in the toolboxes, because that's the important items that they needed to get this thing grading. Okay, you have to remember this grader was last at a remote lodge, and anything on the grader was sacred, because what are they going to do? Fly things in. Also too, I don't know if you can see the color of this oil. It's 2-stroke boat motor oil they were using in the hydraulics. I figured it out by the smell. Yes, the smell. I'm colorblind, so I don't know it's green. Okay, so over here, you have these brake bands here. This is to keep the gears from creeping down. So if you lift the blade up, these bands here are squeezing it so it doesn't creep down. Because if you're driving along in road gear, once you hit 55 miles an hour, there's a lot of vibration on that moldboard and it could creep down. So it's a common item. But when I cleaned out the grader, Look at all these ones in here. They look freshly relined back in 1962. So that's why you save everything. You know, never throw anything out, because there has to be a reason why some of these pieces were taken off. Like this one here doesn't look to be in good a shape. But also too, remember they're working on this, how would you say, with all the rods and controls and everything on it. So I don't mind sitting here, standing here at the workbench and working on it, because I can clean it, take it apart, and get it ready for when I go to operate it. Also too, I'll make a quick cover for this here when we get a rain day in the shop. But right now I'll just stuff a rag in there. A rag. I'm not going to set a radiator in there. A rag in there to cover up the hole, and then I can strap this down to the table, take it over to pressure wash. And then over here, I think I'll do some body work on the roof, kick it out, because for some reason the kids just love smashing windows and jumping on everything to destroy it. And this is at a remote island runway, so the kids went to a lot of work to go travel out there to smash everything. All right, let's continue this quest. We're having a good day, and it's getting warm out here. I can taste the beer right now. Okay, lunchtime in the kingdom, and I did the body work here. So the roof is nice and smooth. It's easier to beat it sideways than it is to try and hit it up and get the roofs up, pop back up. I fixed this little booger dent in here. Ooh, just need some body filler and it'll be good to go. And over here I dressed it up. I took those goofy lights off. They're over there. Hopefully not for me. Okay, so over here I ground where we're going to go with the welds. But I have to leave the original material there so I know where it originally was, because it's very critical. And this will be an uphand, and this will be a flat weld when the cab is back on. Also too, when cleaning the interior, we found a couple of window scrapers. One says compliments of your Fuller brush dealer, and then the other one is BA KD Cleaners and Gas Bar, Sherrod Avenue and Nickel Street, Lynn Lake, Manitoba. Oh, I mean WHO-ville, Manitoba. I'm so delirious. Okay, let's see what we're doing over here. So to make sure, I put the steering wheel in when the tower is on. When the tower part is on, I set it right here, because if I go to do it and I'll forget. But if I put it here, so when I go to put the cab on, it's in the road, because there's no way the steering wheel will fit if the cab is on, because see how long that shaft is. And over here, oh, I'll just walk over there. Okay, I pressure washed the tower as best I could. Well, it's the thought that counts, but that's the main thing. Over here, mainly to get all that flaky paint off, because the paint's more annoying than the grease. So over here, I had the loader out and going. I'm glad I put the forks on yesterday. I brought up the 2 tires, okay? These tires here cost me about $5,000 each. Yes, one has air in it, and the other one is flat. We had a grater arrive here. Well, it sat here for 3 years, this was 2 years ago. And we unloaded it in the rain, because the guy had big dreams, big plans. So I'm working in the rain to unload it with the green toy, the loader, and all this crap. And then it sat here for 3 years. And then we loaded it to go south when it was 40 frickin' below. Yes, all my cats and equipment started, but this fella's low bed, the little Honda wouldn't start. We farted around for like 6-7 hours at minus 40 loading this grater. And the items that didn't fit on the low bed ended up staying behind. So I got 1 flat tire and 1 tire with air. So I guess I can say that's about $5,000 each. So I oiled up the rim. The valve stem's kind of whacked. The O-ring is gone. The tire looks like it's in good enough shape. It might hold air if I pray to the gods. Yes. So I went to the shed, got my 24-inch O-rings. I mark them and keep them separate, because the loader over here has the 25-inch O-rings on the rims. Yes, talk about confusion like Father's Day here in WHO-ville. So in my collection of valve stems and stuff like that, we should have something that's going to work. I'm not sure. If not, we begin to weld. Yes, let's go have some lunch and think about the next events, which will be the green toy parked there. The tower goes on, the cab goes on. Oh, the steering wheel goes on, and then the cab goes on, and hopefully we can figure out the hydraulics. Okay, slight change of plans. The new managers or whatever had the staff's real job there in WHO-ville decided to cut her hours. Yes, punish her for showing up every day and working hard. So I'll wait till she arrives after her whatever time she's done early today, and then we can put the cab and tower on. That way we can get some good film footage. And then you wonder why nobody wants to work in this world when corporate greed just cuts and treats people like crap. I'm frickin' real. So glad I retired. Okay, that didn't take long. I guess I was a little pissed at the way the world treats my daughter, but oh well. There we go. I guess this is a tube type rim. So I guess they gave up trying to make it tubeless, so they just put a tube in. Common practice up here at the end of the world. All right, let's see if we can dry out this tire and get it to hold air.
Tuesday morning in WHO-ville, and it's almost 10 a.m. and I'm just getting ready to head to work. As you can see, there's some clouds out. The sun was shining earlier and it is pretty warm. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 18 degrees Celsius, which is 64 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, get ready, and head to work. Just after 3:30 and I made it home from work. Thought I was working until 6 p.m. but I checked the schedule. It looks like they cut back my hours. Plus I only work 3 days this week, so I don't know what's going on. I can't live off of just 3 days and only half a day. So let's head on over to the kingdom now and see what my dad's up to. I think I have to help him with some grater stuff, so let's get going. 4 p.m. and I made to the kingdom. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. Sure is warm out here and there's some clouds rolling in, so maybe we'll get rain, even a thunderstorm. Down at the shop now, it looks like my dad's getting ready to put the cab back on, plus a few other things. He's working on one of the front tires right now, so I'll go over and lend him a hand. Once we get the tires on, we can move the green toy and then put the cab on. I showed up just in time to put the grater tire on with my dad. He was just starting to put it on the rim and I was able to help him finish it off. Plus there was a hole in the tire, and since I have good hearing, I was able to help him plug the hole as well. Looks to be only one hole, so now he's just going to give it a quick pressure wash and we'll put the tire on. Didn't take us very long. We were able to get everything put into place, even have the steering wheel in. Now my dad's hooking up the green toy to the cab here so we can flip it on its side and then put it into place. I'll walk over here and show you how dark it is getting off into the distance here. Looks like there's a storm coming, so we better get going. just after 5:30 and we officially got it done right before the rain start. I got pretty wet. It only lasted a couple minutes. Now I'll head inside, grab my dog treats, and I have to uncover the water totes so my dad can catch all this rain, and then I'll go back into WHO-ville and do the weather. 6 p.m. and I just made home from the kingdom and put the quad away. This is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 26 degrees Celsius, which is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty nice out there today. Other than the last hour at the kingdom, it started to rain, but now it looks like it's clearing up and cooling off. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, that was not planned. I didn't plan on putting 2 tires on the grater today or fixing a flat one. Yes, at my age, that would have been an all-day event and everything, but I was pissed. I raised my daughter to work hard, and she gets treated like shit. Gets sent home and gets her hours reduced. Oh, well, you got to remember the people that come in to run this store are only here a short time, screw everything up, and then they leave. Just like the cops, just like the teachers, just like everybody else. But I've been here 30 years, and, well, I don't think I've screwed everything up. Okay, so this tire here, we know why it went flat and they put a tube in it, but it doesn't really matter because the tube has the whole tube. Most likely they shot it with a gun. Yes, an illegal gun in Canada. So we got it on. It turned out pretty good. We're very pleased. We even had to change this out so the grease gun fits on the thing. But I greased the whole front end while I was at it, so that's pretty good. When it was in the air, you might as well do it. And we got the cab on. So now this is what I wanted. And this is what it takes. We got the control tower bolted down, so now you can see how the rods and everything go there. And then you can see that where we cut the thing right here. Okay, and we'll just have to weld it back together. And we got this there sitting there, so it's all ready to go. So that's why I grind it all to make it look pretty before we assembled. All right, very pleased, very good productive day. But that's what I said. We got it done, get it going, and the roof looks good. Nice and straight. Oh, keep the rain when it comes off. All right, let's go check on the flags. Okay, what a productive day today for not being planned. All I wanted to do was put the tower on and the cab and then figure out some tires. And then I was going to plan on doing the tires at a recreational, relaxing pace for an old guy. But I got mad and then I got it done. Yes, look at the flags. They're in their natural state and those black clouds. We were very lucky with the green toy with the boom in the air. We didn't have thunder and lightning because it got pretty black clouds. We thought we were going to get a good storm, but it didn't happen. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer. Oh, we got to drink some titty vodka to take the pain away. My back hurts from flipping that tire around. I don't know why. All right, we'll talk to you later.